On Sunday, they went to church, and afterward, Nora found Ted waiting at the door. She seemed different, and Teddy noticed. When he touched her, Nora felt uncomfortable and pulled away, saying, "I'm not in the mood, please. Besides, I just came back from church, Teddy." Teddy asked, "When has church ever stopped us from having sex?" Nora replied, "I don't want this. Please, let's just settle when you're ready, okay?" Just then, Nora's phone buzzed with a message from Ken, saying, "Hey, beautiful, I'll be in your house in 10 minutes." She replied, "Okay, love." Teddy grew suspicious, but Nora brushed him off, saying, "It's none of your business." She escaped to the kitchen, relieved when Teddy left. When Ken arrived at Nora's door, he knocked, and she opened it with a blush. Ken smirked. "The queen of my heart. How are you doing?" Nora replied, "I'm fine, now that you're here, handsome." Ken's forceful kiss left Nora breathless, but she reciprocated with passion as they spent the afternoon together. Ken confessed his love and desire to settle down with her. Nora felt drawn to him, and they shared a deep connection. Ken proposed, "I came back to Nigeria to find a wife, and I think I found her. Let's get married." Nora was taken aback, but nodded her head after Ken's reassurances. "I love you too, but..." Ken replied, "No buts, baby. I'll take care of you and never hurt you." Nora trusted him, and they went out to a fancy restaurant. Ken reserved a VIP table and surprised her with a stunning diamond engagement ring. "Will you marry me?" he asked, and Nora said yes. As they kissed, the crowd applauded. Ken's sweet words and romantic gestures swept Nora off her feet. She felt like she was living a dream, but it was real. Nora arrived home, took out her phone, and snapped photos of her engagement ring. But then, she saw a credit alert of 10 million naira and was left speechless. She needed a moment to process it, then called Ken. "Hello, baby. I just saw the one you sent." "It's too much, baby." Ken replied, "Nothing is too much for you, Mrs. Ken." The title, Mrs. Ken, left Nora breathless. Feeling like a dream, Ken's voice brought her back. "Anything for you, baby. I love you." Nora replied, "I love you more." After the call, Nora sent the photos to Eno, who arrived at her apartment shortly, exclaiming, "Babe, let me see the rock on your finger. I almost fainted when I saw it. Your ring is blinding. I must say, you're a lucky girl. I'm so proud of you." Nora showed off her ring, and Eno cautioned, "Well, don't rush into marriage, Nora. Just take it slow, okay? You don't know him well." Nora shared her thoughts. "I know it's fast, but I feel it's God's blessing. I want to be happy, and I pray it meets you too." Eno spotted her. "I've got you always, babe." They celebrated. "Let's welcome son to be Mrs. Ken." The following day, Nora was at work on Monday when Ken texted her. He told her to come outside when she was finished. Nora was surprised. No one had ever come to her workplace to pick her up before. She felt special. When she came out, Ken was waiting for her in his car. "Sorry I kept you waiting," Nora said. Ken smiled. "Don't apologize, my queen. I'm here to serve you." Nora felt grateful and lucky. As they drove, Nora realized they weren't going to her house. "Where are we going?" she asked. Ken said, "We're going to my family's house. You should meet my parents." Nora was nervous. She hadn't expected this, but Ken held her hand and reassured her. At his family's house, Nora met Ken's parents. They were warm and welcoming. They talked about the wedding and planned to visit Nora's parents soon. Nora felt a bit overwhelmed. Everything was happening so fast, but she couldn't complain. She had fallen deeply in love with Ken. After the visit, Ken dropped Nora off at her house, but unbeknownst to Nora, Teddy had been waiting for her in his car for over an hour. He had seen her kissing Ken and was furious. He confronted Nora, calling her names and accusing her of cheating. Nora stood up for herself and showed him her engagement ring. "I'm getting married soon," she said. "You had your chance, Teddy. It's too late now." Teddy begged for another chance, but Nora was firm. She ended their relationship once and for all. Teddy left her apartment, tears in his eyes. Nora felt relieved. She was moving on with her life, and she was happy. That weekend, Nora and Ken visited her parents, arriving with abundance of foodstuffs and drinks. Nora's parents were overjoyed, feeling like they had won the lottery. They welcomed Ken with open arms, eager to gain from their daughter's new relationship. Ken presented them with a substantial amount of cash, putting huge smiles on their faces as they discussed wedding plans. They fixed a date for the marriage ceremony. As it was time to leave, Nora's mother put her aside for a private conversation. "Nora, my dear, you've made us incredibly proud," she exclaimed. "We always knew you bring honor to our family, and now you've exceeded our expectations." Nora replied, "Haven't I always made you proud, Mother?" Her mother responded, "Yes, but this time is different. Now, use your girl power and convince Ken to renovate or build us a new house. You will live in a grand house with him, after all." Nora hesitated. "Mother, isn't that too much to ask? It's not a bank." Her mother insisted. "Just do as I say, dear." Nora reluctantly agreed and left with Ken, feeling uneasy about her mother's request. Nora's wedding day had finally arrived, and she was overwhelmed with excitement and joy. Her imported wedding gown from Paris was a stunning masterpiece, adorned with crested diamonds that shimmered like stars. Eno, as chief bridesmaid, and Junior, Ken's best man, were by their side as they prepared for the grand ceremony. As Nora gazed into the mirror, she and Eno gasped in horror at the reflection. The sickle white gown hugged her curves perfectly, with intricate lace and delicate embroidery that seemed to dance across the fabric. The diamonds refracted light, sending shimmering rays across the room, making her look like a goddess. The ceremony was a beautiful blend of emotions, laughter, and tears of joy. Nora's parents barely recognized their daughter, and Eno couldn't hold back her tears. The atmosphere was electric, filled with music, laughter, and sweet perfume. Ken's eyes locked onto Nora's, his face filled with adoration, and the crowd erupted into cheers and applause as they exchanged their vows. After the ceremony, the two families bid farewell to the newlyweds, and they changed into a beautiful outfit for their next journey. Ken surprised Nora by taking her to the airport, where they boarded a flight to Abuja. As they soared through the skies, Nora felt like she was on cloud nine. She had never imagined that her life would take such a beautiful turn. Ken's love and care had transformed her, and she was eager to start their new life together. On arriving at Abuja, Nora thought they were heading to their new home, but Ken had other plans. "We're going to a hotel, my love," he said with a smile. "I thought it would be great to spend our honeymoon here for a few days before heading home." Nora was surprised but couldn't resist Ken's charming smile, and so They checked into the luxurious hotel and bathed together with kisses and icky on their body as they rolled together on the wings of the moon, with stars dripping down with every sound they make. Next morning, Ken woke up early and made breakfast in bed for Nora. He kissed her forehead and she smiled, rubbing his cheeks. Ken fed her breakfast and then carried her to the bathroom to bathe her since she was too weak to walk after their passionate night. Nora felt like she was living a dream. Grateful for the love and happiness she had found with Ken, she thanked him for everything and for marrying her. As the day went on, Nora's weakness persisted and she could barely walk. She called her parents. Nora's mother picked and said, "How are you, my dear?" "Nora, my dear, don't forget to remind your husband, Ken, to build us a new house, and get a car. You hear me, right? Okay? You're married to a rich man now, so take advantage. See, I want you to take advantage of this opportunity you have right now, okay? It would be great if your father could get a chieftaincy title too. It will bring honor and respect to our family. You know we come from a poor background, okay? Now is your time to elevate our family, okay? You are in that position for a reason, so use your brain wisely, okay, my dear?" Nora was hesitant, but her mother pressed on. "God has given you a rich husband, Nora. Make the most of it. Secure your future and ours too. Rich men these days love having multiple wives, so don't wait until he marries another woman. Get what you can from him now, okay?" Nora replied, "Okay, Mom, I understand. Let's just take things slow though. I'll do what you said. Don't worry." As they entered the car, Nora's mother bid her farewell, and Nora disconnected the line, knowing her mother's words were driven by a desire for financial security and family prestige. She also called Eno to share her happiness, and Ken went out to get her ice cream and cake. That night, Ken held Nora close as she fell asleep early. He then snuck out of bed, put a red cloth in his mouth, and wrapped a white cloth around his body. He put the red cloth on Nora's face, made incantations, and she breathed her last. "Next time, make sure you have grace before you plan." He thought to himself, "You came to Abuja with that grace, and now you live in a baggage. You choose money over love, and I decided to choose money over you. You're nothing but a piece of trash." His mind racing with dark thoughts. He had never felt such betrayal and anger before, and he knew that their relationship would never be the same. Ken packaged her body parts and put them in his car for delivery. However, the police were on the lookout for suspicious activity and stopped Ken's car. When they found the package, Ken claimed it was cow meat, but the police discovered the truth and shot Ken in the knee as he tried to escape. They took him to the police station, handcuffed. The police located Nora's parents and asked them to come to the station urgently. They called Eno, Nora's best friend, and the three of them traveled to Abuja together. At the station, the Inspector General took them to Ken's cell, where he revealed his sinister occupation, marrying and killing girls to harvest their body parts. He blamed Nora's parents for their greed, saying they encouraged Nora to exploit him for wealth. "I planned on saving your daughter, but your greed killed your daughter, and not me. You know what? I'm glad I did this to your daughter. You know why? Because let's go back to the past. Let me do a little rephrase here, okay?" So Ken reminded Nora's parents. "Few hours ago, Ken was returning to the hotel when he heard Nora's voice through the closed door. She was on a loudspeaker phone call with her mom, unaware that Ken was outside. He had almost reached the door when he received a message that distracted him, allowing him to overhear the conversation. Nora's words struck a nerve, and Ken felt a surge of anger. Just look at someone I went to find a way to remove off my list. In this world, mercy is not allowed. Back to present. So this revelation was too much for Nora's mother to handle. And Nora's father couldn't handle it. So why didn't you give her another chance? Anna was also shocked by Ken's revelation. And Nora's mother said, Must you add my daughter to your list? Must you? Can't you just forgive my daughter? And Ken replied, Oh, you want me to save your daughter when you both have an evil plan against me? No, in this world, mercy isn't allowed. Okay? You and your daughter are seeking for what you have not labored for. You all deserve it anyways. The policeman brought out the packaged parts of the remains of their daughter and showed it to Nora's parents. As Nora's mother said, So my daughter is no more. You killed my daughter. You used her for money. Even the money you did not even give to me. You did not give me car. I did not see my daughter. I did not see money and car. As she slumped on the ground, Nora's father couldn't hold himself, and looking at his wife on the floor, he slumped too on the floor and died. Henna replied, You'll die in jail for doing this to my friend. Then, if you're into parts, Henna walked up to Ken and asked him, What about Junior? Is he also among? Hold on a minute. Ken replied, I'm glad you figured that out yourself, with a chuckle. And Eno fainted. At the hospital, Eno awoke and learned of Nora's parents' demise. She was devastated, realizing too late the error of their ways. It was too much to handle. God knows why. When we go out of His will, He will allow our mistakes to correct us in the most hardened way. A prayer you refuse to pray now, you'll pray later. I wish I never forced you to attend a party with me. Please forgive me, Nora. I'm so sorry. Sorry, my friend. Sorry. But what if you're late to pray? No man, I repeat, no man will repent after taking my life. I'm sorry, my friend. Now I know that your life with God is assurance. We should know that the things we seek for are with God. Seek God, and every other things you seek comes with Him. This word is not a word to play. We came to sell in this world. So how you sell matters. The quantity of what you sell and the quality matters. I'll miss my friend. Pray you don't realize your mistakes. How do I cope with her when it's late? We should never take anything for granted. I'll miss her so much. Your memories lives with me forever. I'm already missing you, Nora. How can I cope? How can I cope? Knowing I'll never be happy with myself. I love you, Nora. Until we meet again.